Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Vending. Well, I wanted to do this video because wow, I did not believe people in the financial industry were this damn stupid. Now, I hate to say that, but when I tell you this story, okay. So about a month or so ago, I did a video called the hat trick. And I told the loan officer at the time, and it's in the video, because I did three things at one time. I got my credit increased, I paid off my Toyota loan and gave it to the credit union, and what was the third thing? Credit increase, the personal loan for our ministry. So the first thing I did of those three things was get our personal loan for the ministry. And at the same time, she wanted the loan for my car, and at the same time, I requested a credit increase on my credit card. And I specifically said, I am working on my credit, so when you need to file a paperwork for the other two things that I need to do, could you just make a copy of the one you've already done? That way it does not place hard pulls on my credit. And she said, sure, no problem. I thought it was a done deal. So I made the video. Things were looking good. Next month rolls around, my scores start to tumble. Now, I knew that I had done a lot in the previous 2 months. I mean, I got 4 or 5 new credit cards, which took the age of my accounts down. I had some increased hard pulls. I mean, and I was doing good things too, though. I was paying down one of my credit cards. So, but I was getting updated every week or two, and the scores kept falling. And I started to get concerned. I mean, on Credit Karma, my credit rating was a 791. Now, it's now a 780 something. I know it doesn't sound like much, but it's 2 or 3 points every time they update it. There's no uptick, so the trajectory is down. Well, when this credit union reported, there was 3 pulls on there. And I was like, oh, hell no. So I thought, well, what can I do? So, and my credit card didn't come. They never sent me notification that my credit increase had come. So we did, we did a personal loan, then we did the car loan, and I waited a week or two, and I said, I called the loan officer and I said, I have not got my credit increase yet. Well, a few days later, I got a credit card in the mail from them. Now, this credit card from this company is the second oldest credit card I have. I've had this credit card for at least 15 years, okay? So I got a credit card from them, and it was the total amount of my increase up to $6,000, but it was a new number. And I was like, well, that's odd. So I called them, and they said, well, we wanted, we just closed out your other account and we issued you a new card and put your $6,000 balance on that card. I was like, why did you do that? I told you that I was working on my credit. Don't you understand that when you closed that credit card, that totally destroyed my age of accounts? Now instead of 4 years and some months, they're down to 2 years and months. I mean, it looks like, so it just kept going down and down. Do you know what this loan officer said? She said, so what would you like for us to do? I said, I want you to reactivate my original card and put the $6,000 back on there. And she said, well, the reason we did that is because you got, your credit is so good, we took you from regular to gold standard. And I said, well, all I want is I want that card open. It's got to stay open. Otherwise, my credit is going to tank. And she said, well, it probably won't be today, but I'll have to call them and see what we can do. That was a week ago. I still have not heard. Now, I want you to think about this. I told a loan officer at a credit union, and this credit union is large, by the way. Well, I'll just tell you the name of it. It's the Land of Lincoln Credit Union in Pana, Illinois. Now, I normally don't call people out, but I mean, think about this. I specifically told a loan officer who looks at credit bureaus and who makes decision loans on a daily basis, and she's been there for years. I've dealt with this lady for a long time. And she didn't know, A, what I meant when I originally said, could you just make copies and put them into the file, use the same so it doesn't hurt my credit. She told me yes, but then she just went ahead and did whatever. And then when she closed my credit card account without telling me, she had no idea why that was a bad thing. And then to ask me what I wanted her to do. So I ended up telling her at the end of the conversation, I said, look, I don't really care specifically about the card. If it's too much for you to redo, all I want you to concentrate on is keeping my original card open. And if you only want to put $1,000 on there, that's fine. I don't care about that. But that card has got to stay open. Now, we know that there are 5 things that reflect on your credit bureau. That credit union has done more damage to my credit than getting those 4 or 5 new credit account cards could have ever done. They put 3 hard pulls when all they needed was 1. They closed out my second oldest credit card when all I wanted was a credit increase. And then they don't know how to fix it, and she still doesn't understand, I'm sure, why I'm upset. So all I can tell you is this. Do not assume that people in the financial industry know what they're doing when they look at credit bureaus, because most of them don't have a clue, and that surprised me. Back in the day when I was an assistant credit manager for a local plumbing and heating company, I understood credit bureaus. I made it my business to understand them because my livelihood depended on making good decisions. She was so interested in getting my car loan and the personal loan that she told me yes to everything I said, and then completely went off the rails and did completely the opposite of what I asked. So never assume, always double check, and explain in vivid detail of what you want to happen. I thought I did that. I'm a Bible teacher. I teach. So and I do videos. Making myself clear and understandable is my spiritual gift. It's what I do. Evidently not. So anyway, my advice to you is communicate as well as you can, make perfectly clear what you want done, and then follow up and check on it. Well, I hope the rest of my week gets better. I'm looking forward to getting my Lion Box credit card. That should be coming in the next day or two. I still have not received my 50-cent gumball machine. So anyway, everything's up in the air. Maybe it'll be a good week. Maybe it'll be a great week. Maybe I'm going to make another video next week about it not being so great. Well, you guys have a great week vending, and we'll see you on the other side.